Well, hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to part 2 of my day in historic and beautiful Corfu town. Well, obviously no series would be complete without some fun facts. Hang on, isn't it always the way? It's so peaceful here. I should just continue. No series would be complete without some fun facts. So I've got 7 fun facts about Corfu. Most people have heard of Corfu, and a lot of people have been to Corfu, including myself. In an earlier series, if you scroll down, you'll find Corfu Sidari, which was absolutely beautiful. So I've got 7 fun facts. So let's take a look at some fun facts about Corfu. So what do we know about Corfu? Well, let's take a look. Number 1. Unlike the rest of Greece, Corfu was never under Ottoman rule, with its strong fortresses holding off invaders. Number 2, Corfu is the greenest island in Greece and is nicknamed the Emerald Isle due to its lush vegetation and fertile soil. Number 3, it boasts over 6,000 species of flowers and herbs, including some rare wild orchids found nowhere else. Number 4, due to its history of Venetian, French and British rule, the island's architecture and culture have significant Western influences. We can see a lot of that in the architecture. Number 5, the first university in Greece, the Ionian Academy, was founded in Corfu. Number 6, Corfu is the only place in Europe where kumquats, I think I pronounced that right, are a type of small citrus fruit, are grown. Number 7, and finally, it features Spianada Square, one of the largest squares in Europe, and its capital is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So there we go. If anybody's got anything to add, pop them in the comments down below. Let's continue. Let's explore. Well, I simply don't know which way to go. I know I'm lost already. Do I go that way? Or do I go that way? I think I'll go that way. Let's wander on. Wow. I'm loving it. Sometimes it's good to get lost. You discover things perhaps you wouldn't have been discovered if it was too planned. As I say, I do like spontaneity, as long as it's planned. Another little eatery here, it's lovely. Let me show you. Well, there's certainly plenty of places to take some shade and get a cold drink. I'm going to wander up here, well, and just see what we can find. I mean, I'm not going to edit this video too much because I want you to see it exactly as it is. The sights, the sounds. I'm trying not to talk too much so you can sort of gather the ambient sounds and get a real feel for the town. Wow, there's some really old little narrow streets just up there. Wow, very, very close together. And very ancient. Slightly out of true as well, which shows you their age. Wow, there's an English school there. I mean, look, there's another little square up here. It's lovely. Just look at that. Residential street. Wow. Everywhere you look, there's somewhere to sit in the shade, eat and drink, so you won't go hungry or thirsty here. Mi gusto. Wow, I think that's part of the fortress up there. It's absolutely lovely. I think I might just walk up here. So this little street here, which I'm in now, brings us out to a more main thoroughfare. I guess we'd call it a high street. Mainly, if not solely, pedestrianised, although there's some light traffic here. So yeah, this is obviously a main street. I'm walking up the centre of the main street. I guess the road, it's sort of cobblestone, but it's got a slightly more rough surface to it. The pavements over there are sort of high gloss, quite slippery. I'm wearing beach shoes, very little traction, because they're very lightweight and very comfortable. Look at that. It's an open top double-decker bus. goes. It's a good way to see keep wanting to call it a city, the town. This is an interesting little shop, selling all sorts of herbs, jams, coffees, all sorts going on here. Really nice. Some liqueurs. Very nice. Well, there's the temperature, 30 degrees, 12:31. It's actually more nearer 32, I would say. So there you have it. This is the main thoroughfare. It's very busy, very noisy, but this is the busy part of town. Not the little cobblestone streets, but more like the sort of high street. There's a lovely grassy area just over there, central, like a very large central square here. Lots of little kiosks like this where you can stop and get a drink. Pastries and cakes. Personally, I prefer the little cobbled streets, the little narrow winding walkways. Which I think we'll head back towards those. But this is busy, busy, busy here. I think all the buses stop here, go towards the airport. For me to go to the airport here, I'd have to get back into town, so I'll probably get a taxi back to the airport tomorrow. Busy, busy, busy. Well, would you believe it? And directly opposite is this main street, and you can see it really is busy here. Really busy. I'm going to scoot off down one of the side streets. Well, this looks interesting. Let's wander down here. The cobblestone's got a bit more traction, but quite a lot of the paving is worn and consequently high glossed. And with the beach shoes with very little traction, can be quite dangerous. So I'm sort of treading a little bit carefully. Chinese restaurant here. This is just lovely, and of course we're in the shade now, which is several degrees cooler. As you can see, lots of people sitting, eating, drinking. Talking of drink, I need to get a drink soon. Not sure where this leads to. Fresh gyros, well we've had that in Sidari. It's basically sort of kebab meat, doner kebab meat, it's quite tasty. No idea where I'm going. I am completely and utterly lost. I think I'm going in the right direction towards the bus stop to get back to Kanoni. Is this a dead end? Where does it lead? Traditional restaurant. Does this lead back out into the main street again? It does, I'm not sure. Wow, I am lost. I need a map and compass, I think. There's absolutely lots of lovely little streets here. You know, shopper's heaven. So many eateries. What about if we go round here? No, that doesn't look very interesting. Okay, let's carry on up here. Some sort of remains of an archaeological dig here, and looks like the remains of an old church perhaps. Some murals on the walls. It's been encased. Well, I've got directions and I carry on straight up that way, but I've just passed this cafeteria drink area. Everything's a area. Everything's the area, like Spain, called Chavet, and he's invited me in to take a picture. Because in that means a video as well. This is lovely, a lovely proper Greek little bar. It's ice cold in here. Lovely, so much character. What a lovely little bar. So there we go. You've got United Colours of Benetton next to a lovely little bar with outside seating areas. So many of these here. I mean, it's just wonderful. It's a real feast for the eyes, or eye candy. And directly opposite, more outside eating and drinking. So we'll carry on up towards the, I think it looks like the fortress on the rock just up there. 3 feet away is another little street leading goodness knows where, with more shops, bars and restaurants. This caught my eye, a street side art vendor. I like his art. I think that looks really nice. I could live with one of those. Sort of soft, pastel-y. Really nice. What a beautiful little square. This deserves a closer look. What an absolutely lovely little terraced square. Wow. Absolutely lovely. Now this lovely looking outlet definitely caught my eye. They make their own gin, their own chocolates and their own kumquats. And kumquats are grown here. Nowhere else in Europe kumquats are grown, but they grow their own and they boil them and sugar them, make them into a type of candy. These are all liqueurs which are made by the company here. That's the lovely lady. Hi.
Hello.
Making melting chocolate to make, what are you making there?
Kumquats covered with chocolate.
Aha. Okay, delicious. That Merlin gin has won lots and lots of award over here and over in the States. Lots of lovely chocolate sweet. Everything here they make themselves. Absolutely incredible. Everything you see they make themselves. Really, really nice. So I'm speaking because there's some music playing in the background. But there's a gin over here that they make themselves. It's also in the top 5 gins in the world. So there we are, absolutely lovely. Thank you very much, my dear. Have a great day. Beautiful shop. Thank you. Check out the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, that was really enjoyable. I get really enthused when I see outlets like that are, you know, putting in the effort and making their own products. I forgot, did I mention the kumquats? Mainly grown in China, but Corfu is the only place in Europe that actually grows kumquats. That's mainly because of the climate and because of the fertile soil, very fertile soil over here in Corfu. So I really enjoyed that little look into that outlet. They're very smart little premises. Lovely lady, she was explaining things to me. So I'm going to get my bearings. Well, this is the second part, the second half of Spinarda Square in Corfu Old Town. Spinarda Square being one of the largest squares in Europe. This is the second part here with the fortress behind me, and it's very well planted here. It's absolutely beautiful and relatively peaceful compared to the town itself we've just come from, he says. Anyway, this conveniently brings me to a good spot to end this video. Thank you for joining me on my little walk around Corfu Old Town. The video, as you'll see, is in 2 parts. Part 1 was the one before this, and this is part 2. So it conveniently brings me to the end of my walk around in Corfu Old Town. Beautiful, historic Old Town Corfu. Would I recommend Corfu Old Town? Well, when I was here in April up in the north, it was a bit of a distance to travel. But if you're sort of towards the south, I'd highly recommend a visit to Corfu Old Town. It's extremely hot at the moment, blue skies, and the sun is belting down. It's about 32, 34. So also the bus stop back to Canoni, getting where I am, is just across there. So once again, everybody, thanks for joining me. If you enjoy watching my videos, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for when I upload new videos. This pushes the video out to other people who might be interested in visiting Corfu Old Town, beautiful Corfu Old Town, and also helps my channel grow. Many thanks, everybody. See you guys in the next one. Probably dinner tonight. I'm going to go home and go back to the apartment and start editing. Bye, everyone. Thanks again ever so much.